Well, good afternoon, everyone. My Chancellor's brief is to bring visibility today to the teaching and learning experiences, TALE, T-A-L-E, at Kern CCD. It is a virtual space for faculty, staff, and students within our district to contribute blog posts that describe their insights and ideas rooted in their experiences in the classroom, in other learning spaces, working with our students. There are implications for ensuring that learning occurs with intentional outcomes and their relationship to faculty engagement and innovation and student success. So far, we have one article published, a 1,000-word essay by Bob Simpkins, and it is really a beautifully written piece. You should all tune in and read it. Bob explores the intentionality behind creating networks to bring communities together. He uses the idea of connectors, or as he calls it, the third that joins, to deepen the already existing networks within KCCD. So did I get your attention? Sign up today at currentccdtaleblog.org. At the March 23rd Chancellor's Seminar, we had a 6-member panel of faculty with discussions about their reflections and vision of teaching and learning. It was wonderful, it was a lively conversation, and it was very personal, and our faculty were really vulnerable in the comments that they shared. One of the themes that was repeated was grace. Giving our students and ourselves grace as we dealt with unprecedented and unexpected situations. In fact, Professor John Gertz talked about students giving us grace. Our faculty panelists shared that they consider themselves to be fairly strict with deadlines and policies before the pandemic, when they found themselves shifting towards more flexibility. Here is a quote from Professor Rebecca Baird from Porterville College, who teaches history. She said, "I did a lot of legwork in spring of 2020 and had to ask myself, what did I want students to focus on? Adherence to due dates and deadlines, or use that energy to focus on learning history?" And of course, my answer was learning history. The content was more important. Our presenters also shared how the shift to online learning and increased use of technology forced them to be flexible in their own teaching styles. Bob Simpkins shared, "We knew we had to do this for our students. We had no choice. We could not say, sorry, can't do it. But now when I look back, wow, I would never have imagined that I could absorb all of those new things." It was also remarkable to hear what our faculty learned about students during this time. While we were physically apart, many of our faculty commented that they felt in some ways closer to their students during the pandemic. They said their students seemed to be more comfortable opening up and sharing. There was a level of intimacy that these Zoom courses offered. As Ethan Hartzell put it from Porterville College, we were literally invited into students' homes. The panelists also shared the struggles that many students faced with technology and access to technology during this time, and how seeing those struggles in real time made them find ways to accommodate students. I, for example, learned that there was a nationwide Facebook group of communication professors collaborating on ways to address issues that students faced with access to reliable technology and internet services. I hope that TALE at KCCD creates a similar type of community of faculty, staff, and students, learning together, learning from each other in community. Talita Pruitt from BC shared this. There were a lot of students, caretakers, new moms. They probably would have stopped their education. They were able to continue because now we were offering new modalities that allowed them to continue to study in this environment. The pandemic allowed us to identify issues with equity and access that were not visible before. Ethan spoke forcefully about equity. He said, "There are lots of barriers and obstacles that we put that impact students' abilities to succeed in ways that are unfair and they create inequity. And it is our job to identify those obstacles and remove those barriers as much as we possibly can. I was moved by the ways that our faculty had shifted their teaching strategies to reach our students' minds, to reach our students' hearts during extraordinary times. I invite all of you to engage with these conversations because they matter. Engage today with Teo at KCCD. Read the blog, write for the blog. That's all I have today for my Chancellor's Brief.